Get biblical understanding along with T.A. McMahon. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. This is number 184 in our series of Get Biblical Understanding. In this session, we're reading many, but certainly not all of the biblical verses that have to do with self-control. Scripture makes the issue of self-control very clear in terms of a believer's responsibility regarding the decisions he or she makes. We are all held accountable for the choices we make, whether submitting to sin, which leads to destruction, or to righteousness, which produces blessings and fruitfulness. Again, the theme of this series is self-control. Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death, or of obedience unto righteousness. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 1 to 2. Now concerning the things of which ye wrote to me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman, of carnal intercourse with a woman or cohabitation. Nevertheless, because of sexual immorality, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 3 to 5. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, that is, affection, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife hath not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud, that is, deprive, ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your inconstancy, that is, lack of self-control. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 6 to 9. But I speak this by permission, and not of commandment, for I would that all men were even as I myself. But every man hath his proper gift of God, one after this manner, another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, that is, exercise self-control, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 24 to 27. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainty. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway, that is, become disqualified for a reward because of how poorly I went about running the race. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 13 to 14. There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Thanks for listening, and we hope you'll join us again as we search the Scriptures in order to get biblical understanding.